ensure we grow very well. All right, thank you very much. I'll just go through the profile of our guests tonight. Temi, she's on the call. Just one second. All right, so on the call, we have Temi Ajibewa. Temi Ajibewa, popularly called the Electric Temi, is an award-winning and highly sought-after leader in the personal development space and business niche in Nigeria. She is a two-time Amazon best-selling author. That means she has written books and certified John Maxwell DISC trainer. She's also a result coach, NLP practitioner, peak performance consultant, and an Ericsonia hypnosis expert, a neurologist. She's also a therapist. She has results in the technology business and has advised a lot of people. And she's a fireworker at the Tony Robbins Unleash the Power within Africa. She is the founder, as she ignites Africa at the African Nation, a social enterprise initiative empowering women throughout and mentoring a lot of people, coaching people to grow. And also, she's like the Minoria housewife, also she's being called. A foremost edutech platform in Africa designed to help women launch and grow successful businesses from their home by leveraging on the internet. So not just talking about personal brand, Temi has also helped and taught women in Nigeria on how to grow and girls to ignite in Africa. She also has a movement designed to transform young girls' minds through mentoring sessions that prepare them to contribute to the African greatness. So she has gone a lot, not just to herself, but also the female folks, young girls, preaching and getting them ready to harness greatness in Africa. Temi holds a BA in English language from the Lagos State University and also LLB law from University of Lagos, but lends her expertise as a management consultant to organizations who want to increase their productivity and brand effectiveness. Pay attention to that. Productivity and brand effectiveness, one of the things that Temi has done very well. She has been featured in several media platforms as she shares on peak performance, self-mastery, business growth, and wealth creation strategies. Temi is a proud recipient of so many awards, and very few of them is the Entrepreneur of the Year 2018 by the Women on Fire Initiative, a Business Coach of the Year 2018 award by the Entrepreneur African Award, and also the Coach of the Year 2019 award by Crystal Professional Awards. Please, let's also know that Temi is also married to her archangel, Tunde Ajibawa, and they are blessed with children. So on the call today, we have Temi. I want us to use our normal welcome to welcome her very well. Let's put our cameras on. Let's cheer up. Let's go to the chat room and use it. Temi is on the building. It's the second or third time I'm hearing her. She's truly electrifying. On the call, we have Temi. Please, Temi, on mute, and also let's welcome her. Those of us on mute, please, let's welcome her before she comes on the platform. Please unmute if you can. Temi's in the building. Temi's in the building. Let's say hi. Let's say hi. Let's say hi. Let's talk to her.
Hi.
Hello. Listener partners, we all say we are welcome. I'm looking out for the Toko Tires.
Yeah, we are glad to hear you.
Wow, well done. Toko Tire, I've not seen you here. I hope you're on the call. And Temi Ajibowa, you are welcome, and we're happy to have you. I'm seeing your t-shirt, highly paid coach. Wow, that's wonderful. Round of applause for you. Wow. You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for being here this evening. I am really excited. I see my people here. Hi, Juliet. Hello, Daniel. Okay. So, all right, let me spotlight myself. All right, so it's such a pleasure to be here tonight to speak to you on how you can build a profitable personal brand. I'm actually, just so privileged to be able to share this evening. And I want to say thank you so much to the Fifth Gear Plus company, organization that allowed me to be here this evening to share my expertise. And I want to say a special thank you to my sugar daddy, Pastor Niyi Adesanya. Thank you so much, PNA, for allowing me to do this evening. No, I'm not here on the account of being his sugar girl. No. I'm here because I know my onions. It's not the sugar. All right, now, so I am going to share my screen if I'm allowed to. For me, yes, I am. Awesome. So thank you, Juliet, for the honor. Thank you so much. I hope you can see my screen. If you can, please say yes. Please say yes if you can see my screen. I see
Yes.
Yay. Awesome. All right, then. So let's get this. So we'll move very fast, right? I know I have less than 60 minutes, and I would love to take your question. I need to tell you that this is a full masterclass, like a full day workshop that I run usually. So this is me trying to squeeze in, like a full day training into a 45 minutes masterclass. All right. So let's start by showing you what you will learn. All right. So in this class, you will learn what a personal brand is and why you should build one. You will learn the must-have elements of a personal brand, and you will learn how to overcome confusion, shyness, and the fear of not being good enough as a newbie, a new brand. And then you learn monetization channels for you to make money. That's where the profit comes, with you as a personal brand. And then costly mistakes to avoid as a personal brand. So I will alternate between my screen and my face every now and then when I have to explain something. But okay, like now, like now. So I like to have a very interactive chat. Okay, so that means as I'm speaking and you have any new knowledge hits you, please do share in the comments. I would love to read from you, okay? So don't go quiet on me, I beg you. I feed from your energy. And then again, I have to also say that I can be excessively passionate about the topic of personal branding. So when you see me shouting, I don't know I'm shouting, I'm just speaking my mind, right? And I'm also known to pour myself when I teach. So be ready to receive, okay? And then I will be calling out names. Please, I will call you by the first name I see on Zoom. I don't know if you're a pastor, if you're a doctor, if you're a king, okay? So if you'll not be comfortable with me calling you by your first name, you could please rename yourself now, because I have no way of knowing your status from your name. So if you would mind me calling you your first name, please change your name now, rename yourself and put the doctor, Mrs. or architect or lawyer, anything you want them to call you, okay? Just put that in in your name, all right? Thank you so much. All right, so let me go back to my slides now. Yes, so I've just laid out what we will learn in this class. Who am I and why should you bother to listen to me? I always say I started out as a broke housewife selling mobile internet bundles on BBM, BlackBerry Messenger. How many of you remember BBM? How many of you used BBM, right? It was a thing then, in 2015, 16, and so on and so forth, yeah? So I began training other women on the business because when I was trying to find out on that business, it was a tough one for me. So you could say I suffered to begin the business. So I made it an assignment for others not to suffer to learn the business from me. So I began to teach the business. Then I discovered my passion for teaching and empowering others with money-making and self-development abilities, right? So I'm that kind of girl who people will come and ask me what business they should start. I don't know why, but somehow when they ask me this question, I'll feel a bit, what's the word now? Not shocked, but a bit taken aback. Like, how can you not see what business to start? Like, it's everywhere. You know what I mean? What business to start? It's everywhere. But people kept asking me, they're asking me, what business do I start? I'm like, it's just starts. These are the options, right, available to you. And so I did not realize that I was just, taking myself for granted. That knowing what business to start was not a skill that everybody had, but I had it. They saw it in me. And so based on that, they come to ask me over and over again. It was later on, I think, when I sat through a class like this, that it became to, it began to make sense to me that, oh, okay, they were asking me to share what came naturally to me that I had hitherto gotten too used to. I was too familiar with myself. And so I did not see the possibilities or what they were saying. And so based on that, I built capacity as an online business coach. Even though I have 2 degrees, okay, I have a BA in English and LLB in law, and I've never had to use my CV, my 2 degrees at any time in my life. And I've had a degree, at least one for over, I've had one for over 10 years now, about 12 years now, and I've never had to use it, right? So that's who I am in a nutshell. And today I'm the founder of the first and only edutech platform for housewives in Nigeria. It's called the Millionaire Housewife Academy. And I've trained over 5,000 women to start and grow their online businesses at www.themillionaireHousewife.com. I'm the founder of the Uniqueness African online community, certified results coach and peak performance, John Maxwell, certified personal mastery coach, and so on and so forth. And I'm fondly called the coach's coach. All right. But those who love me, those who know me, they call me what? Put it in the comments if you know what they call me. Those who love me and know me, they call me what? Let me see you say it in the comments. Electrifying Tammy. You're close. I'll give you 8 over 10. So let's make your learning today transformational. Yeah, electric Tammy. So I need to warn you, I am high on myself. Like, I wake up like this. I don't need to eat anything to be like this. Okay, this is how I am. It's a superpower for me. So let's make your learning today really transformational, shall we? Yeah, so first, on whatever notes you are using, I would like you to draw a single line in the middle of your notes to form 2 columns. So you have a line in between. On the top right of the column, title it, What I Will Start Doing. And on the top left column, title it, What I Will Stop Doing. Please don't be tempted to take notes. Rather, listen to me. As I speak, if any new knowledge hits you, just say, oh, that's it. I will do something differently. So try to map out what you will do differently. What will you start doing? What will you stop doing? What would you do more of? What would you do less of, right? These are the things you should think about as you listen to me, all right? So what is branding? Let's move right to it. What is branding? Branding is the art and the science of influencing people's perception about a product, service, organization, according to Sean Tamba. And I find this definition very, very, succinct. It resonates deeply with me. And I've been teaching on personal branding now for at least the last 5 years of my career, right? So I've done a bit of, work in that area. So it is simply influencing perception. That's just it. It's not anything else, but it is you being deliberate about influencing other people's perception about you, about your product, your service, and your organization. Now, my definition is, what is personal branding here? And I'll say it is how your name or your nickname, in this case, how your logo, how your products, how your offers, how your system. When I say system, I mean your staff, I mean everybody on your team, I mean your processes, how everything work together to reveal your purpose, to express your passion, and more importantly, to prove your worth. Now, these are very intangible things, but trust me, people would relate, they would connect with you when they can see your purpose, when they can feel your passion, when they can sense your worth. It will determine if they would do business with you or not. It will determine if they would hire you or not. Like if you work in an organization and you don't go to work for one week because you are ill, and people cannot feel your absence, do you think your presence is then worth it? I'm just saying, if they cannot feel your absence, do you think that your presence is now worth it? Trust me, it is all in your branding. And so when you look at this laptop, which I am currently using, by the way, what comes to your mind? Talk to me. What words jump out to you, like just pops in your mind without you even thinking about it? Once you see a MacBook like this, what comes to your, or the Apple logo? What, class. Thank you, Kunle. Bamike says, a fizzy. A fizzy, wizzy, lizzy, busy. Daniel said, excellent. Oh, Dara, I am with you on that one. Ease. Ease. Ezekiel said luxury. Fantastic. Exactly. Now, have you seen any adverts of Apple, of this laptop before, where the words luxury was used? If yes, type yes in the comments. Or where they wrote excellence, maybe in the park, when we are unpacking the laptop, right? I see my own pack here, even though it's about 2 years old. I see the pack here. Did you see effigy written anywhere on it? Did you see class or ease written in anywhere? Just tell me in the comment if yes or no. I saw only one no. Someone said quality computer, masterpiece, sleek. To think, thank you, thank you. Can you see? It means that all of these things came to you based on what? Your perception. Your what? Your perception. When you think about this, when you see this, what comes to your mind? I agree, rugged. What comes to your mind when you see BMW? I mean, just the logo. What comes to your mind? Give it to me. Come on, come on, come on. Be fast about it. Be my wife. Nice. Superb. Class. Awesome. Was there anywhere you saw an advert of BMW saying expensive or saying rugged or saying be my wife? I'm sure not. Durable, thank you. Awesome. So in a nutshell, you can see that these brands bring something to your mind without even them saying so. So your personal brand then is the unique combination of skills, experience, and personality that you want the world to see in you. It is the telling of your story, oh my goodness, and how it reflects in your conduct, in your behavior, in your spoken words, in your unspoken words, in your attitude, and in your results. See, by the end of this class, I will ask you a question, and I'll ask you to tell me core things you think describe me. I want to bet that if, no matter how small, you could guess 3 of my core values, just because you experienced me for like 30 minutes, you would be able to get it, because I'm telling you my story with every mannerism, with every eyebrow I have carved so well, with every nail I am moving, with every t-shirt I am wearing. I know I am telling a story. With every pause I give, like this, I know I am feeding you with materials, with resources, with elements with which to think about me. That is how deliberate you have to be about your personal brand as a person. So it's not really what people say about you here. It's about how you intentionally say, this is how I want to be perceived. And you go ahead and begin to curate. That's the word. It's not a fake it till you make it kind of life. No, it is a work it, be authentic, be deliberate kind of life. That is, how do you want people to see you? You cannot want to bid for $1 million projects and you look like a carbonnaire. You can't. We won't trust you that way. We can't trust you that way. So you've got to come out. You've got to show up the way you would like to be addressed. You've got to show up the way you want us to perceive you, to think about you, to accept you, to relate to you. That's it. You don't leave such things to chances. You don't leave them and say, that's how I am. It cost me a lot. I remember when I was projecting the Millionaire Housewife brand, people would look at me and they would want to see the millions on me. That, oh no, her necklace must be 700,000 naira. Oh, her shoes must be sparkling. I knew I was not representing that brand well. And I had two options. Either I up my looks that game, or I changed entirely. And I chose to stay true to myself. And so I dropped the name, the Millionaire Housewife, and I picked up a name that was in more resonance with my personality, the Electric Tammy, the Electric Tammy. All right, are we together here? That's it. So it is being deliberate in telling your story. And we've got different stories. You've got to choose the one of them you want to tell. Even I do have very interesting stories. From when my father rejected me and said he would not, be my father, till I did not know him until I was 17 years old, till my mom was ill. I was the only child. I lost her when I was 21. I was going to marry, a guy at 18. I have that story. I would move you to tears. But that story is not necessary with the brand I'm building right now. When I get into some other rooms, when I do my thing for secondary school, kids, I tell that story to connect with them. When I'm here, you don't need to hear that story. So I see we have new people in the room. I have to tell you, I am excessively passionate about this topic. When you see me talking, I'm not fighting you. I'm not shouting. It's my voice, okay? So forgive me in advance. Sorry, but not sorry, actually. So branding yourself means to develop a unique professional identity, a coherent message that sets you apart from others, either in your company, in your industry, or in your niche. The word there is professional identity. For the sake of this class, it's not about your brand with your parents-in-law or your brand with your husband, your children. No. It's about your professional identity. We are all professionals here, right? Yes, we should all be. Either on a job or as an entrepreneur, you are a professional. So it is how you develop that unique identity. And it must be coherent. You must be the same all over. Like, we must not look at you and be confused as to, are you the same person I've been seen online or not? And this sets you apart. Yesterday, I was hiring a particular agency to handle something for me. And they were asking me that, okay, you said this person is your competition, right? I said, yes. Oh, she is. I know. And they asked me, so why should anybody not buy from her? Because she's cheaper. and buy from you instead. Come and see. I said, see, first, that cost is this. Mine, I was able to lay out 7 differences. 7 differences from that person and my person, even though we were doing almost this. In fact, she's the only human being I'm aware of who does what I do for coaches. I said, oh, and she's not, of course, she's not in Nigeria, right? I said, she's the only one that does what I do for coaches. I said, so why are you different? I was able to lay it out bare because I know I am so self-aware to know what stands me out, what sets me apart from others. If I asked you now in the comments, think of somebody who does something close to what you do. Maybe a colleague at work, maybe another organization who do what you do. Maybe, anybody who is like your close competition. And by the way, if time permits, I'll be teaching you here how to manage competition. It's called competition management. It's one of my last slides here. I hope I get to it. So if I ask you here, what sets you apart? Give me 2 things that you're so sure they cannot find with that's your main competition. Tell me in the comments. I want to read from you. 2 things that you are so sure that they cannot find in any other competition. If you don't have it, then you have to invest heavily in your self-awareness. You have to invest in your self-awareness to be able to tell what stands you apart. Why should they patronize you? Why should they hire you above the next person? I see here decency and professional. I disagree with professional, maybe decency, yes. But I want to think every other person can be professional as well. Quick delivery. Are you sure it stands you out in your organization? That's good. So, why should you brand yourself as a person? I'll move very quickly through this. Number 1 is it gives you the ability to influence other people. Yes, you're able to influence them, able to influence their minds, influence their thoughts, influence their actions, because you have built yourself at a particular level. So your word is gold. And that's why I mean, as I grow, I am so careful about my jokes, because what I would have just said in passing, somebody would take those words and go and nurse it, and they would dissect it. Coach Temi said this. I'm like, no, it's not that serious. I had to learn. It's because I have put myself out there as an expert in something, and therefore my thoughts, my opinion counts. You are able to influence them, and then you're able to impact people. And of course, you are able to position yourself for success. It's the fastest way to do it. To place yourself as somebody who is going somewhere to happen. When you think of this guy, what comes to your mind? I see creativity, integrity, and resilience. Fantastic. When you see Uncle Barack, when you see him, what comes to your mind? Quickly, give it to me. 1 word. Let me see it. 1 word. Hope, okay? An outstanding wordsmith. Eloquence. Awesome. Ex-president. I think that's the only one you will see in a book. You will not see anything else. You will not see betrayal, maybe in his Wikipedia word now. You will not see eloquence there. You will not see visionary. Okay, well, you can see visionary there, right? But majority, there's one thing I'm charismatic. Thank you. That's the word I'm looking for. Now, did he ever tell you, oh, I'm charismatic? No. But based on how he's so relatable on Instagram, how we see his words very easy, you say, oh, it's a family guy. It's just an easy guy that you can relate with, right? That's it. Now I'm going to show you the next picture. Is a picture of my sugar daddy. The topmost of my sugar daddies. So you have to be very nice, all right? Yes. When you see my honey, my sugar daddy, Trump, what comes to your mind? What comes to your mind when you say lion? Thank you, Deborah. Yeah, like no, you cannot say that. What do you mean? Hello, I will call him for you. You call him a bully, I will call him for you. Okay, again. Sincerity, audacity, confidence, fearless, bully. I see all of that. Now, was there anywhere Trump told you that he is arrogant, that is a bully, that is whatever? Was there anywhere? No. But you were able to read it from what? From his words, his actions, his looks. Look at his mean mouth. Look at, I mean, I don't mean mean, I mean like his beautiful mouth, right? That's it. That is all together forming the person. Now, when you see this girl in front of you, what do you think about? I want to bet that some of you will say things that are among my core values. I'm sure about it. I am very sure. Give it to me. Be nice, but hey, be honest. Passion, firebrand. Okay, thank you. Let me see. Daniel says passion, and indeed, passion is one of my core values. It's something I'm deliberate about expressing whenever you see me. All right, moving forward. So, in essence, branding is the way people perceive you. It is how they perceive you. So what can you build a personal brand on? In case you're wondering, okay, Temi, I'm ready to do this. What do I need to do? You can build a personal brand around your talents. What comes to you easily? What you do so well? What is like your second nature? What you are likely to take for granted because you're too familiar with it? Your skills, what you're good at, what you have developed over time. And so it's a skill for you now. You know how to do it. You do it so well. People ask you about it, or your passion, what you are passionate about, right? That means what's beats at your heart. You can build a personal brand around it. It could be your results, your personal results, and the results you've helped others to get. These are things can build personal brand on. Your experience, what you've gone through in the past. These are things that can form your brand, what you've done over time. Your expertise can also be something you can build a personal brand around. So even though you are a real estate owner, that means, you are a CEO of a real estate company, you can build a personal brand as a business coach, as a wealth coach, as a parenting coach, as whatever else, again, apart from your organizational expertise. Please forgive the noise. I have a mosque close to me. So that's it. So your experience, your expertise. Excuse me, let me try and shut the window. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Right? That's it. So these are all things that you can build a personal brand around. So for me, I began at first as just my results. I could run a business online. So I began to become an online business coach. I found my passion for teaching. I found that, okay, I have experience in coaching. It's now an expertise for me that I now charge for, and I have a brand around that. Do you see? That's how you can do it. Then how do you start? You have to first know yourself. You have to invest heavily into your self-awareness. Run personality tests, to know your brand. To know who you are, to know what comes to you naturally, to know your idiosyncrasies. And I think I'll touch on that very soon. Then, of course, once you know yourself, it's now time to do what? Position yourself with your content, with how you show up, with your looks, with your branding elements. We have things we call branding elements, tangible branding elements and intangible brand elements. Once you have those things together, then you have to present yourself. You must be willing to present yourself. This is where most thought leaders, where they just get stuck. They are unable to present their essence. They are unable to show up powerfully. They are unable to be shameless about their brand. And so they dim their lights. They dim their lights because they don't want to appear as too much. And I always say, I'm not intimidating. You are intimidated. It's a you problem. It's not a me problem. You can't say, oh, I'm too much. No, you are too little. You can't ask me to hide myself. It's not pride if it's real, if it's true. So I have a coach, Steve Harris, and he calls something humility and humility. Humility is when you have a true, accurate idea of who you are. And if you're a Christian, have you met Jesus? Like, have you seen him? Do you have an idea who he is? Have you met your Father, God? Like, have you seen what is God in his hands? How powerful, how amazing. And you as a child of God, do you have any idea how angels even envy you? So how can you play small? How can you be small? Why? How? It's not allowed. So if you carry that much in you as a child of God, why would you want to play down on that? And I have this joke I say among my friends, my close friends, those who can carry me, right? I say, we are the Jesus of our times. If Jesus was right here, he would be Coach Jesus. That's his name. No apologies. We are the miracle workers. Do you know what you are able to do by helping someone with your story, by sharing your thoughts, your opinion, your experience with somebody? Do you know that? And humility is when you're trying to play small so that others will feel big. That is, if it's false humility. It's false humility. You're trying to play small, trying to dumb down your light, trying to, put on just so that others will feel comfortable with themselves. You are not helping them. I'm not here tonight to make you feel comfortable. No, that's not me. I'm not in the comfort ministry. I'm sorry. I'm in the Elijah ministry. We call fire down and they consume every mediocrity that may be trying to lock itself in your heart. It's not allowed. You're too much I have seen this happen, not just in my life, but people who dare to show up, people who dare to tell their story, to tell how they were abused, how they lost money, how they lost integrity, but they chose to come back and they tell their story and people find hope. People find their life again. And you call that nothing? That is something, that is recognizing that this thing I carry, I can't put a name on it. I can't put a name to it, but it is mine and it's my light and I will let it shine. That's it. You don't keep quiet at such situations. You shine your light because you know what you carry. So it's not humility. It's humility. And humility is just you having an accurate sense of who you are. One of my mentors, well, my admirers, actually, not just a mentor, she reached out to me and I was responding, and she's saying, Tammy, you're responding so easily. Like, you're so free, you're so down to earth, and you're so humble, so relatable. And I'm like, I'm humble. Please tell me why I shouldn't be humble. Because I know where I'm going to. Like, my journey is still far. Last year, I barely did 10% of my income goal. So I can't be proud because I know that I have not even started the journey. I don't know any of you who is currently in Breakthrough by Tony Robbins. When I see that guy, I see where I'm going to. When you're running a conference and people from almost 200 countries are present, over 35,000 people registered, over 11,000 in VIP. You're running live conferences of over 15,000 people in the room. I'm in a class of 104 people. Hello. Why should I be proud? Am I mad? My journey is still far, and it's part of self-awareness because you know what your future looks like. And so you can't even be proud now because you know that you're not anywhere close to where you have seen, to your purpose in life, to your vision in life. And by the way, I have a class coming up on purpose discovery. It's free, okay? I would announce it soon on my Instagram page. So follow me on Instagram at Tammy Ajibewa. In case you're among those people who is yet to identify their purpose in life, okay? I have a free masterclass happening 2-3 weeks from today, and I'll be teaching you on the art of discovering your purpose. When you know this, it switches things for you. Okay, I think my time is almost up. Please, someone should tell me how many more minutes I have. I've not even reached half of my slides. Oh, goodness. So first, we have you positioning yourself, then knowing yourself, your core values, your motivation. Okay, I have 3 core motivation. Okay, I have 3 core motivations. The first one is significance. So my quest for significance, just to help people, to leave people better than I met them, it drives me. So I could be hungry all day. I could be tired, like the way I was tired before I came on this call. I was honestly, physically speaking, I was tired. But you won't tell. I've had only 1 meal today. I had a class at 5 to about 6:30. The class ended up in a very abrupt, I was sad it ended because things happened and I couldn't just, but you will not see that here. Why? Because my motivation is stronger than my disappointments. My motivation is stronger than my failures. And if I was to do a webinar on failures, I'm young, but trust me, I have seen things that can shake some people in this room who are like double my age. All right? Yes. So it is you knowing your core motivation. For me, primary is significance. I want people to say, oh, because Tammy said this, because Tammy said this, because Tammy was here, because I met Tammy, my life is different. And so I show up 100% every time I open my mouth because my motivation is in front of me. I know why I'm here this evening. Okay? Yes. Present yourself. Once you know yourself, present yourself the way you are. Being honest, being vulnerable, in fact, having nothing to hide, not faking it till you make it, just being your honest, godly, divinely set self. So call to action, and I think we may have to end here. I'm waiting for instructions on how many more minutes I have. I've not seen any chats. Please send me a private chat. Let me see how many more minutes I have. Please, let me know. So write out 5 words or phrases that you like people to associate with your brand. 5 words or phrases in your notes. And if you care to share, let's see it as well in the comments. Okay? Okay, thank you again. Yeah, sorry, I forgot, I missed up your name. Okay, 5 words or phrases that you like people to associate with your brand. And so let's move on to your must-have branding elements. We have your intangible branding elements. I said this earlier on, right? So your intangible brand element, we have your vision, your mission, your core message, your core market, your core philosophy. I wish I could break this down one by one, but you'd have to pay me to get the full gist. Right? Again, we don't really have the time, but you can do a screenshot and then begin to do your research on each of these, right? Then we have your tangible brand elements. These are the things that come to mind when people talk about branding, but it's more than just that. It starts first from here, from the vision, the mission, the core message, and things like that, until your name, your logo, your nickname, your tagline, your colors. There's a reason why I'm wearing black and gold. There's a reason. It represents something. There's a reason why my hair is short. I don't have time to make my hair. I don't have energy for it. So your fonts, your colors, your pictures, everything make up your brand elements. And of course, your brand channels, your website, your social media, your blog posts, where you're a guest speaker, your podcasts, these are all how you show yourself to the world. These are your brand channels. So lots of people pay more attention to the tangible than the intangible, whereas the intangible controls the tangible. Did you catch that? The intangible controls. If you give me 1 hour to unpack this sentence, trust me, we will be here till tomorrow. How the intangible controls the tangible, like everything you see is controlled by everything you don't see. Your mind, your thoughts, your energy, your vibration, your frequency, everything controls what it is realer than this cup in my hand. My thoughts are realer than this cup you can see. The intangible. Come on now. And God said, and God said, and God said, and God saw. Intangible went ahead first. He was saying, till he saw. But I will not stay here. If I do, we'll be here till tomorrow. So how do you know which of your abilities to build a personal brand on? That is, if you are looking at starting, right? And you are multi-passionate, you are multi-gifted. You and I should talk, okay? We should talk. I used to be there as well. And at least thankfully last year, I was able to coach over 450 individuals through that phase of launching their personal brand and getting clear on what's the core message they want to preach out there. What's the core thing they want to drive, and the rest will just stay by the side until they are matured enough to take on the next one. So think about it, your personal resonance. Which one has your personal resonance, like has your heart with it? Those you call role models, who are they? Right? Your models. How profitable is this particular ability? If it's not profitable, maybe you should make it your NGO and look for something else that is profitable. And then how scalable is it? How scalable is it? That's it. This one would help you know which of your abilities to build a personal brand around. And of course, you must take action, because action breeds clarity. This is a quote by me. You can do a screenshot of it. Tag me on Instagram at Temi Ajibewa. I said this: action breeds clarity. Take a step today, you go closer to your goals. You get stuck, talk to a coach, talk to a mentor, talk to a friend. Because in the multitude of godly counsel, there is safety. So I cannot move past this, but I want to share something, right? I want to share something in case you have this, and this, I have to just share this before I go. If you have the fear of not being enough, you have to identify the one problem you can solve. Don't try to solve for everybody. Then solve it for real people who need you. That is, look for the people that need you, those that you can help the most, those who can carry you, who can do the most with what you carry, those that can multiply. That is good soils. That way you will not cast your pearls, before swines. That way you will not plant your seed on rocky soils or on rocky ground or on the road. And then document your process. And by all means, build capacity. This is how you overcome the fear. Once you're able to solve one problem and you do it so well, and people have results, trust me, that fear will disappear, because now you know what you know. And you have this confidence that you will find so appealing that, oh my goodness, this is me. It's because you've solved one thing so good, so well, that, right now, there is nothing you can say to me about being a coach that I'll tell you, I'm the best coach there is. I'm the best, forget it. Why? I've got tons and tons and tons of people who share their story with me of how being in my program has changed their life. So that has knocked off the fear. But if it's on real estate now, I will have fears because I'm just a baby. In fact, I'm an embryo in that area until I begin to find myself again in that area. But take note of something. You will never be good enough for those you are not meant for. I had to sit with this because growing up, I was always looking for affirmations. I was looking for people to validate me. So if I greeted you and you did not reply, I'm that girl who will begin to cry and say, or I was that girl who will begin to cry and say, hey, what did I do to him? Oh, my mouth smelling. I begin to rack my brain and I would take full responsibility of that person's, whatever it is they were facing. And I would say that something was wrong with me until I began to know myself. I became self-aware. I began to know my strength, my awesomeness, my idiosyncrasies. I'm sorry, we didn't get there. There are 10 pillars that you must know about yourself. 10 things you must know about yourself to be able to build a brand around yourself. And one of them is your idiosyncrasy. Like what are your stupid, crazy tendencies? And you begin to own them, that this one is part of me. And then the moment you do that, nothing the enemy, and I don't mean enemy, but nothing anybody else says will come close to me, because you know that you are a work in progress. You're not perfect, but this one you are fabulous the way you are. And so when I began to know myself so well, if I greeted you and you don't answer me, two things are likely. It's either you are deaf or you are deaf, actually. Because how can a homie greet you and you don't answer? But my point is, I have stopped internalizing people's whatever around me. No, it's not me anymore. It's not me, because I know. And this can be so shocking to people, especially if, like me, you grew up with so many baggages around you. If I told you my story, you would cry. That child when I was growing up, my name was Auntie Elete Pomo. My lips were too big for my face there. My eyes were Ojiyoba and that was a constant K abuse, and I was a terrible stutterer. I began to stutter because I caught an accent when I went to school at Ekiti State. So I came back and my friends would make jests of, not friends, neighbors. And from there I began to stammer. And to worsen, I was bedwetting in the university. I was 18 years old and I was bedwetting. My roommates knew. So you can imagine my self-esteem was in shreds. And I had a father who did not even want to accept me. So I was looking at every man as a potential father, including those that were abusing me. So coming from that person who is now just, it's a job I had to do. So when I come out and people ask me, how are you? I don't say I'm fine. Fine is too small to describe me. Have you met me? Like, hello, hello. I am amazing. I am phenomenal. I am awesome. I am magnificent. Do you know why? Because I know who I am now. I hear I have 2 more minutes to go. Do I take questions in 2 minutes or do we come back here next week? I'm just joking. I don't know about that. So I want to say, just in case you're still wondering, like, okay, so I have a hack I usually say, use. I call it the H3 hacks. What is your heart saying? That's the first H. What is your heart panting after? What is your heart going for? What can you feel your energy, your vibrations around? That's your first H. What is your head saying? That means, what is your head knowledge? What do you know about? What do you have so much expertise, so much knowledge about? That's your second H. And then what are your hands? Your hands inside of. That is, what skills do you have in your hands? So which of your many passions pass the test of your heart, your head, and your hands? That is a core message for you. That is a core brand you want to build something around. And this will not stop your business brand. You can have a beautiful, what's it called now? Maybe departmental store, or you do things for children. It's okay. All I'm saying is monetize your personal brand. Build a profitable, a deliberate brand, business around the person of you. We need to even get to the 7 ways you can build. Okay. I'm sorry. I think I have to. I have to keep quiet now. But we do have, the actual ways you can monetize, by running different things, consultations, coaching, a book, being an author. And I have 3 books here, right? I have a book titled How to Make Millions Doing What You Love. I have another book on mentoring, okay? And I'm happy to say that Pastor Nia Adesanya wrote the foreword to that book, right? On mentoring. I have another book on how to make millions in your nightgown, right? All of these are my personal brands. And guess what? When I sell these books, they are my personal money. They're the money that I used to buy to fix my nails, to do my eyebrows, right? To go on vacation. These are all the options that you can explore as a personal brand. I know I have really pushed my limits now, so I'll take questions if there are any. Thank you so much for having me.
Electrifying, 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 electrifying. A round of applause. Let's go to the chat room. I mean, let's unmute and say thank you, Tammy. This has truly been what our expectations. Please, let's unmute and say thank you to Tammy.
Thank you, Tammy. This is good. This is mind blowing.
Electrifying, Tammy.
Electrifying, Tammy.
You are so
amazing.
Awesome.
You're amazing.
Table shaker.
My sugar mommy. My sugar mommy.
Please kindly contest for Nigeria president.
Timmy, thank you so much. I mean, you can see.
Awesome, I love you.
Wonderful, Timmy.
Thank you.
Yeah, can you hear me, Timmy? Yeah, I was muted. Yeah, so thank you, Tammy. I think everyone has enjoyed this session as much as I've done. I'm very confident that everyone has heard. Even my kids around me, they're like, who is this? Everybody's carried away. You are truly rectifying. So thank you so much. I hear from the crowd, I hear from everyone the impact you've had on them tonight. I mean, it's not just you talking about branding, right? It's you living it. Behind you, I see action build clarity. That was one of the first things I saw, and I took it down already, even before you even said anything. And again, I'm happy to know that you are the one that brought that. I mean, amazing things I've written here. You did mention what I want to stop doing, what I want to do. I mean, I've written a lot, right? Okay, and I'm sure it's the same for everyone. So again, round of applause to you. You have done very well. The time for question and answer has reduced, but I believe that the fifth year plus will give us the opportunity for us to ask questions and a lot. I would have loved to summarize this class, right? A few things I picked, but I believe that the question and answers from everyone is very important. I've picked a lot personally, and I believe everyone has. Thank you so much, Timmy, for joining. And we want to really thank Pastor Nee for doing this.
Okay,
you know?
since you called my name, let me come let me say that
good evening, sir.
Let us ask as many questions as we want to ask. Look, the platform is voluntary. We didn't collect money from anybody. So if you feel that we're getting too late for you or we're spending too much time, you just press the leave button. It's okay. It's okay. So let us just ask our questions as much as we can take. Don't rush it. We should have respect for your time. We do. That's why I'm announcing this. So in case we don't, it seems as if we're not respecting your time. Don't worry, we won't take it personal if you press leave and the button, and we'll be okay. But we want to get everything that we can get. God, do we know the time that we even get Timmy to come back here? So it doesn't just happen like that. Thank you.
True. Thank you, sir. Okay.
Thank you, Pastor Nee, for coming in. Nice to see you. And I mean, he has said it all again. We have the opportunity for everyone to ask their questions, and it will really be amazing today. I know a lot of people have questions. Let me advise, so that you don't forget your questions, can you go to the chat room and just put them there? We will try to go through the questions again as much as we can. I know that Tammy is on board again. She's smiling about her timeline, meaning that we'll have a bit more time. She talked about 7 ways to do something and 10 ways to brand. I mean, these are a lot of things that I want to hear about. Maybe here is not the time, but I believe we'll ask those questions and they will have the opportunity. So please don't forget that to ask your questions, you have to use your raise hand function, even if you have typed it in the chat box. We also want to see you. We want to have an encounter with you. Just see the way Pastor Nee came in. We heard his voice first. His video came in very electrifying. Again, we want to have that view. So we want to see you on the call. So if you can, please, as much as possible, let's have your video. But if you can't, we can understand, but let us know ahead of time. I'm not seeing the questions here, so please go ahead. Tammy, I know you're itching, maybe a few more things you want to say. I'll give you the opportunity to just go ahead a bit, and let's have the questions on the chat room. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. So I think I'll just do maybe extra 5 minutes, and then in between, I'll check the chats to see if you have questions. So what can you sell as a personal brand if it's happening and it's coming to your mind? And I want to know that
sorry, Tammy.
Tammy.
There's
okay,
a hand,
okay.
Right? There's someone's hand, and Dr. Moses.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, Dr. Moses is up. Even on the chat, there's somebody that says, I'm on my sick bed here now. Someone says, I'm on my sick bed, but I'm super glad to join, and you lifted my spirit. That's as much as you have done, Tammy. So well done so much. Well done so much. We wish we can take the question from that person, but let's take Dr. Moses first. Dr. Moses, are you able to open up your camera? Let's hear from you. Sorry about that. Dr. Moses, are you able to show us your video? Are you able to do that? And the floor is yours. Just ask your question before Timmy goes ahead, please. Okay. Excellent. Please go ahead.
Good evening, Timmy, and everyone.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, please, what is the difference between branding and packaging? If somebody does packaging, can we see it as a branding as well? Thank you.
Okay, sir. Yes, I believe it is. I believe it is a form of branding. However, packaging is most times more exterior focused. But if you heard me, I talked about tangible and intangible branding elements. And I said that the intangible controls the tangible. Do you remember that? Yeah, so packaging, most times where I hear it is the exterior. So how is it packaged? What's the color, the nylon, the durability, the size, the things, that's the exterior. But branding is deeper. So branding will talk about what informs the packaging. What's the company trying to tell people? Is the way we saw gala, right? The snack gala with that easy nylon, just, so it's telling us ease. It's showing us what can be eaten, right? Like this stuff is just here for consumption that easily. It's the same way we have canned drinks, right? The ease of taking the can and things like that, right? So that's packaging, is how you present something. The branding is what informs the presentation. I hope that answers your question, please. I hope that answers your question. I don't know why. Yeah. Okay.
Dr. Moses.
Okay. Please unmute yourself.
Yeah, thank you, Tammy. Dr. Moses is nodding his head, so I believe he's okay. Okay, yeah, a few more questions on the chat room. Let me just take them quickly. Just to say to Louis and Noak that said he's on the sick bed, please get well soon. And I hope you keep listening, so at least you'll be electrified like you have said. There's a question here from Gershom Alex. If you're on the call, if you can take that call, if you can take that question, I'm fine to let you, except you are not able, then I'll read your question. So
I'm able, okay. Well, already we have the question. Let's just take it.
Okay. So if you are multi-talented, how do you pick one talent that will represent your brand? So that's the question. How do you represent one question? Yeah.
Yes. So I was just touching on the first criteria earlier on when I talk about the 3 H's. Okay, the 3 H tests or H3 tests, and there are 3 H's for you to take your multi-passions through. The first H is your heart. Which of your many passions, many talents, pass the test of your heart, of your passion? Which can you say, okay, this one, I am deeply passionate about it. That's the first H. Which of your many passions, again, can you say that you have knowledge, good knowledge on it or about it, right? That is also how you decide, or how you determine which one to build a brand around. Your head is the knowledge, right? Maybe based on your education, based on your expertise, your experience, your skill sets, and things like that. You have knowledge on it. The third H is your hands, the skills that you have, okay, which you could have developed from anywhere. So which of your many passions do you have? Your passion, your heart, your head, your knowledge, and your hands, your skills inside of it. So take your plenty passions through these tests. All right, that's the first test I always recommend that you do this, because people would only pay you for the value you are bringing to the marketplace. So if as a consultant, I cannot perceive that you have the knowledge in this matter, or you have the skills to solve my problems, I will not pay you. Or that you even have the passion after it, you won't stay long in that area. I mean, that niche. That's number one. Number two, I have a question, something I call future pacing. Future pacing. So when you think about your life, 10, 20, 15 years, 30 years from now, you've got to be able to dream and imagine things. Where do you see yourself? And I always tell my story that when I do this particular test, or the first time I did it, I imagined myself, waking up around 9 a.m. in the morning. I'm living in this white house, this glass house with, facing a beach. And I was in my white robe. I came out, I had hot coffee. I had a chef waiting for me. I had colorful fruits on the table. I went with my mug. I was just seeing myself doing things. When I was done, I went into a room that was full of screens. And I was teaching, I was training, doing the same thing. till I was done. You know, when I was done telling my husband that story, he asked me a question. He said, where am I in all of this, your vision about Ipani Jenny? Have you killed me? Or where was I in all this, your vision? And I'm like, no, you were in bed. He said, no, that's not true. I can't be in bed with you being awake. I wake up first before you. And I was like, you were in the garden. Yes, you are at the back, you were in the garden. Right? And so just imagine yourself. That's number 2. Future pace, and where do you see yourself? Number 3, who are the people who make the baby in your belly leap? Who are those who are living your life? That when you see them now, they're like, this is the future that you have dreamed of. What she's doing or what he's doing is the life you see yourself living, right? That's part of you checking out your role models. Who are those? What books do you read the most? These are always, by all means, you should be in my class on the art of discovering your purpose. Next, I think it's on the 12th. I plan to host it. Just be on my Instagram page, right? I will put out the stuff. But first, I'll put some posts out there. I hope that this has helped, take your question on how to know which of your many passions you can focus on to build a brand, a business around. Okay, is it profitable? Will you make money? So are there people paying for the solution? You cannot want to just be the pioneer in an idea. If yes, that's fine, but be ready to face the stumbling blocks that pioneers face. Be ready to face they call it forilagbo in Yoruba. That means the pioneer has used his head to clear the path in the bush. So at first you make money so easily, but later on you begin to have them. So you must have that pioneer decency or resilience to be a pioneer. And if not, check for things that people are paying for already. Are there successful people doing what you want to do? These are all the things you have to think about for you to pick a brand of your many talents to focus your attention on. Are people currently paying to get this solution? If not, you may check the next passion you have. I hope that helps.
All right, Temi, thank you so much for that answer you have given. I think you have done justice to that. We still have a few people that have raised their hands already. I think we will go to there's Bukola, there's Jola, Grace. So we'll take you first if Temi returns. Okay, she has come back again. So Temi, we have Bukola, Passion. So Bukola, can you go ahead with your questions?
Okay, good evening. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. I listened very intensely from the beginning. And my question is this. As a freshman, like, you know your onions, you know what you want to do. You've kind of started in a way, you know what your value is. But for example, someone like you, you've been into it, you have a certificate. I mean, when they were reading your bio at the beginning, in my mind, I was like, hey, where will I start from? But now, how would you make people trust you? How would you make people value you? You already know that you're valuable. You already know that you have the stuff. You are confident. You have everything. But the people that you want to sell to, they don't know you. They haven't heard from you. They're not even sure if you charge them ₦1 million, what they're going to get will be worth it. How
good. I love your question.
That amount, because that's actually where I am right now. So I really
fantastic.
Want to know from your point of view.
Fantastic.
How do I get people to trust me for my work?
Okay. That's okay. That's okay. So I will take your question, and I love your question, by the way. It's like the FAQ I get whenever I show up to talk about branding and things like that. My sister, at the beginning, I had nothing. I had no single certification anywhere. In fact, I felt people were calling me coach. I didn't even have any business related coaching, even till date, as I speak to you. I do not have a business coaching certification. I don't. But something will speak for you louder than any paper you may carry in your hand. That is your results. if you know as much as you think or you are saying you know, you've got to test yourself. There's something I teach in my coaching. It's a framework called CPPL: clarify, productify, position, and launch. Follow me on Instagram. Send me a DM. Clarify, productify, position, and launch. I have a boot camp holding next month. You should be in that class. It's for new coaches and new thought leaders. Now, clarify is a different game, but productify is in two aspects. The first aspect is you must develop a framework around whatever it is you think you know. This your awesomeness. You've got to build a framework around it. And that's a big grammar, right? Framework means, let me show you. Framework means you know your message. You know your ideal clients. This is where they are. And then this is where they want to be. And then you build a bridge between where they are and where they want to be. That is a framework. And it must be chronological, such that every time they come in contact with your content, with your coaching, they are moving closer to their desired results. So first, I can bet my big eyes that you don't have a framework you are working with. If you don't have one, I'm sure of that. Now, once you build one, you create one, what do you do next? You validate that framework. How do you do this? You get on board those we call your beta clients, AKA your lab rats, AKA your test clients. And you coach or you work with these people going through your framework. They're giving you feedback. You're coaching them or working with them for free or at a token. When you work with me as your coach, I don't recommend you do free coaching to anybody. The minimum my clients charge is $200. And I think I've seen one or two of them on this call. Minimum, I have clients who charge $1,000 minimum, even as a first-timer coach. Phillips, he never used to charge a kobo. But it's now his first clients, first two clients are charging $1,000 each. And there's a way you do this, right? There's a process to the whole thing. So once you have your lab rats, you coach them, you pour your hearts to them, you pour your mind, pour your thoughts, pour everything to them. And then you begin to update your notes, update your coaching notes, your lessons with their feedback. You may even see that you need to rearrange your modules. When I built this, my signature coaching program, BYB, it was 6 modules. I got 13 people to go through this framework, 13 of them. They paid me, I think, $400 each or so, about 18 months ago, to help me go through the framework. And then with them, I built the program. From their feedback, I was creating new lessons. I had to create a new module altogether. So now I have 7 modules. This workbook, the first edition was about 130 pages. This new one is 206 pages. Do you know what happened? Improvements on it. And this program now goes for $2,500 for 3 months program. What used to be something then, it's built over time. And one other problem I see people like you making is trying to build new products almost every month or every quarter. It's unnecessary. What do you really want? Impact and income, right? Pour your energy into one. Build a monster program. Build a monster solution that people will say, this one, there is not like it in the world. Not that today, webinar, tomorrow, book, next one, live events, then this, then that. You are dissipating your energy. There's no way you will build a robust, global, world-class, premium solution that way. So my sister, it's not about starting with anything like certification. See, I had certification, I was still broke. I was charging 10,000 naira per month 2016. And then 3 months coaching, 20K. Today, if you don't have 10K, I can't even smell you as a client. You can be in my group coaching programs, buy my courses and things like that. But one-on-one coaching with me, I used to charge 10,000 naira for then. It's not possible anymore. And I mean now in dollars, actually. So my point is, that's not where you start from. Start by building a framework. Test your framework, validate it, and then you can now do a positioning. You use testimonials from those that you have poured your heart to, those that you have worked with, testimonials to position yourself as a badass coach that you are. And say, guys, I've helped this person, this person. Then others begin to trust you. Till date, let me tell you something. I was privileged to coach a Forbes coach. I mean, an ICF board. It was a privilege to coach her. Do you know what? During our coaching calls, every time she showed up for the 12 weeks, she was always thanking me and saying, Tammy, I don't know if you know how amazing you are. So it happened the first week, we had a call. Second week, the call. The third week, just before we went into the coaching call, she just said to me, please, I have to tell you something. And I'm like, Jesus, God, hey, am I safe? What's the problem? This woman paid me 7 figures in Naira per month to coach her. And so I was worried that, is she okay? Is she fine? She said, I don't know if I should tell you this, but I have to tell you. Tammy, I don't know if you know or if you are aware of how amazing you are. I was like, thank you, Jesus. Because I was afraid for a moment that she was disappointed and she was asking for a refund, but she said no. That Tammy, this woman has about 4 certifications. She's an ICF. That's International Coaching Federation board member. She said, you're doing so well that I've seen your modules. When I had a question, as I'm thinking of the question, your next lesson is addressing that question. Framework at work. That is framework at work. Able to help us solve, able to help your clients solve a problem even before they realize they have that problem. And so this woman, she's now telling that, Tammy, you need to be ICF certified. And that now she's even at a higher level now, that Tammy, apply. Tammy, apply. I'll say that you get this done, I have 50 hours done, and I don't even have anything yet. Yet she's my client. So my point to wrap up all of this, for your answer is, people are more desperate for your results than for your certification. So go and get them the results first. Go get them, and then you can charge anything. And I use my full chest to say you can charge anything when you deliver results. When you deliver, forget it. Money becomes nothing.
Thank you very
much. I hope that was helpful to you.
Yes. Really, really answered my question. And your answer kind of made me know what path I'm on. I'm actually on the right path. Like you said, I'll send you a DM and I'll identify myself.
All right, then.
On Instagram and send you a DM. Thank you very much.
Fantastic.
All right, thank you. Thank you once more, Tammy. Thank you, Bukola, for that question. We're glad we're able to hit it. We have a few more people on the call and many questions rolling in.
Okay, if you don't mind.
Yeah,
I think for everybody here, we should know that we don't trust you. We only trust your results. We don't trust you. We only trust your results. It's after we have embraced your results, that's when we begin to look into you as, okay, I can trust this person. But your first clients don't trust you. They trust your results. So the first, can you all hear me? I think
yes, sir. No, we can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Okay, good. So the first thing is go, like Tammy said, do the framework and get a result. I remember when I was my first speaking engagement, one of my first speaking in 2005, when I just came into the business. I'm not sure you guys, okay, good. When I just came into the business, I went to Chevron to speak. Chevron paid me 50,000 naira. That's news to some people here. So you're wondering, how can you go to Chevron and they're paying you 50,000 naira and you're jumping at that? But then what I wanted was not the money. What I wanted was the brand association. So I now went to 7up. 7up now asked me, who are your clients? And I already told Chevron that they should give me a letter, but they should not put the price that they paid. So they gave me a letter. So when 7up asked, I just dropped the letter on the table. So the man looked and said, no, don't bring Chevron here. You know, we can't afford you. We can't pay the amount that they paid. And you know, the thing is that don't ask, don't tell. Don't ask, don't tell. So that job from 7up got me 250,000 naira. The second one got me 1 million naira. Now, the first one is that they were not concerned about me. They were more concerned about my results. So I came in there, I did that, they saw the results, and then they now came back again for more. And then at the top, if you really want to have big clients, see, there are some clients that can dole out $500, $1,000, $200. You can still bamboozle those people with English. You can bamboozle them with English, you can mesmerize them with rhetorics and everything. But when you are playing the big league, those guys, they are looking at results. Bottom line, whatever you have done, how is it affecting my bottom line? If they cannot connect it, bye-bye. They won't retain you. So every one of us should be out for results. If you have to get a framework, if you have to go on Tammy's program to get the framework, know what I want to do. Good. Tammy was never coached as a trained as a coach. I wasn't. People call me coach. I don't even like to use that word coach. I'm trying to find what to qualify my business, what I do with people. I say, call me business consultant. Because even coach, I don't know how to spell it. But one thing is that you cannot argue with the result. Our adverts, we do adverts, don't get me wrong, but people who signed up because they saw their friend or their colleague getting results and they ran to us.
Yes, sir.
So please, results, get the framework, use it, and then just know that we won't trust you. We will trust your result first. After you have encountered your results, then we begin to look at, is a nice girl. Oh no, she's respectful. Oh, she's this, she's that. But sometimes when you're not even respectful, but once I'm getting a result, I mean, I can see the result. I beg, even if you like abuse me, but just stay. I want this result. So please, let's take note of that. Okay, again, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Pastor Nee, thank you again for adding those words and those clarity. I've heard those words before now, but again, it's good you have said it. So because there are new people on this call that have got to know that. So you use what you have to get what you want. Again, the results must speak for you. So I think she's had the call already, and thank you for adding those extra words. We still have a lot of people, their hands are up. We still have a lot of questions on the chat room. So quickly, we'll go to Jola Grace Emmanuel. Please, the floor is yours. Ask a question as briefly as possible, and so we can forge ahead and take other questions. Thank you.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll hear you.
Good evening. Good evening, Tammy. That was really, really awesome. I thoroughly enjoyed the session. Amazing. You mentioned something about your story, you not telling your story when you are speaking to people and all of that. So I just wanted to know why, and if telling your story is not that professional as a coach, you know, or as a thought leader. So.
All right, thank you. Thank you for your question. So I said that you should tell your story, but if you have different aspects of your story, tell the most relevant one. And I said, when I'm speaking with secondary school children, I talk about how growing up, I experienced, bullying, discrimination, rejection, and things like that. And they can resonate with that. When I'm speaking on personal branding, that story does not gel here. I tell another story. I tell a different, it is still my life, but I'm looking at a different perspective. And there is no way you can be this old and you have only one story. at least 10 stories that you would have, that you can talk about. So usually when I teach on personal branding, I teach on how I was doing well in my business. I mean, doing well. I was a housewife. I had a business. I was in at least ₦1 million per month, but I wanted more out of my life. My heart was asking for more. And so I began to teach people. While teaching them on WhatsApp groups and BBM groups, I discovered my passion for teaching, and they began to call me coach. And you see, that's a different story entirely. And so from there, I learned sales funnels, online marketing, and I used 30,000 Naira as at September 2016 to run an advert. And from there, I was able to get over 100 people into my WhatsApp class. I made over 2.3 million Naira in 3 weeks. That's a different story entirely that is related to the topic at hand. So if the topic requires me, it's my story. I'm not divorcing it. I'm not, at least here I mentioned it, right? It's not a big deal. Everybody on my page knows that story. I'm just saying, if it's in my book here. I said it in my book. How my mom, how my mom got me to become a hustler, right? How I was able to begin see, a bit of my story. It's right there on page 12. Everything about how my father didn't show up for my birthday and things, it's all here because it's necessary in this path. When I'm talking to professionals about branding, it's not a story that is relevant here. I hope that answers your question. It's not unprofessional.
Okay.
It's not unprofessional. It's just that tell the relevant story that people can relate to. I mentioned how when I was doing Millionaire Housewife, it was no longer resonating with my mind anymore. I had to go and see a purpose coach who said to me, you see, you are not a masses market material. And this guy gave me the names of top 10 leaders in the world and brands who are doing what I should be doing. He gave me names. Donald Trump is one of them. Donald Trump, this person, this woman, this woman. He gave me a list of those who fit my profile. And from them, like, oh my goodness, no wonder I was struggling with the masses market. And some people are cashing out in billions in that area, but it does not resonate with me as a personal brand. I can build a business brand that can cater and sell sugar and sell salt to the masses market, but you see this personal brand I have now does not gel. So I have to find that out. That's my brand story speaking, not something else unrelated to this. So
right, okay. Thank you very much for that.
All right. Thank you for your answer.
Okay, let me quickly add something to this.
Okay.
If you don't mind.
Okay, please go ahead.
Sometimes we do a lot of stories without knowing the havoc. Sometimes the story is wrecking. What's the purpose of your story? If you have not been able to turn the story around, we don't want to hear. Any story you have not turned around is going to injure your brand. I was down, but now I'm up. Then you can tell us the story of when you were down. You must have turned the story around before you start talking about it. Very important. And then again, Timmy said it. Is the story relevant to what you're talking about? Or do you just want us to know that you went through this, or you went through that, you went through that, or you went through this? Very important. And again, there's power in repetition, but there are some times where you have to be, what's the word, repitophobic. There's a way you can see the same story, but in newer ways. You have to be repitophobic. You have a phobia for repeating yourself. So you have to say it in new ways, because sometimes you have old audiences and you have new ones. So you don't want to deny the new ones of the story, but you don't want to bore the old ones also.
Yes, sir.
So you must know how to manage that, but definitely you must turn your story around before you tell us. Somebody was saying something about the fact that he has done this, he has done that and everything, but he's still in that situation. He has done. I told him point back, it was a Zoom meeting, that look, that story will not pay you. People will look down at you because you're telling them a story of one thing that you have not done. So you're not turned around. So we need to pay attention to that as we move on.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Pastor Nee. Thank you so much for again throwing more light on this. It's very important, and I think that in terms of generally having your personal story, relevance is also very important. You don't tell a story that is not relevant. It's so and also audience management. You have to know how to manage your audience. Who are you talking to? I think Timmy talked about that. You're talking to school kids. You know what motivates them. You bring out that story and then you tell them. When you're talking to adults and you know what motivates them, that's the story you need to bring out. And Pastor Nia has capped it very well. Turnaround must be in that story. So that summarizes it so much. Pastor Nia, thank you. So we have another hand up as well. Linda Okafor, I think the floor is yours very briefly. And please, if you can have your mic, your video on, we'll appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay, my question goes this way. How can one profitably position herself with the skill he has chosen, with the personal brand you've built? How do you position yourself to become profitable in your niche? That's my question.
Okay, so when speaking about branding and positioning, there are two things I always hammer on. So you have to build your positioning first with your core message and the core people you want to serve. Because the whole positioning is for them, it's not for yourself. Okay, so when you identify who you want to serve, then you get to know them so well. You know what makes them tick. You know what makes them laugh. You know that way you know the kind of jokes to tell, you know how to speak, what interests them, what doesn't, what's their hell, what's their heaven. You have to know your core audience, your target audience so well. Okay, that way you can start building your positioning for them, right? So with positioning, there are two things again. You look at your branding elements, which I hope you were in class when I was talking about the intangible branding elements and the tangible branding elements. Once you know these things, then your content online, if you sell online, also matters. That is the resources, the elements with which you project yourself. It could be how you look. It could be the pictures you share on Instagram, the quality of video, the quality of your write-up. All of these things contribute to your brand. Now, if you don't do online, it could be as simple as how your proposal is written, or how you package, or even your letterhead, right? Or even your brand name. All of these things contribute to your brand positioning, but you must start from scratch. What is the core message? What is the core solution you are bringing to the marketplace? And who are the core people you're trying to attract? And of course, your core audience will change. It will evolve over time. It will evolve. So look at who can you help the most right now? Like right this minute, who can you help the most? Later on, you can evolve yourself. So at the point, I was the general business coach. Any business, bring them, I go work with you. Later, I'm like, you know what? I'm hurting my brand because it's not everyone I can really help in a truly transformational manner. So I niched down into service-based entrepreneurs. Then from service, I went straight to thought leaders. Thought leaders, now I'm staying even with coaches, father and father, right? So it's a matter of getting very clear on the core problem you want to solve and the core people you want to solve it for. I hope that this will help you. I also have a book, How to Make Millions Doing What You Love, right? Currently, I'm giving this book out for free. Just cover the shipping. The shipping is going for $3,500 across Nigeria, okay? Be it in Lagos or Abuja, anywhere, $3,500 across Nigeria. Send me a DM on Instagram, or I can even put the link in the comments for anybody who may be interested in it. So this book will really help you. Somebody was also asking me that, how do you know what business to start? When you get this book, that answer is there. And I will also give you this book, What Business Do I Start? It's my very first book. It was the book I wrote out of the many questions. And people were always asking me, oh, tell me, oh, this, that. Okay, you know what? Let me just document my answer into this one book. Right, and so you get this book when you pay for this this shipping. Okay, I can drop the link, but that's all for now. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Temi. I see Pastor Nee. I don't know if he wants to say something. He interjected. Okay, thank you. So thank you for that offer. I think it's one that is well appreciated on this call. And thanks for taking that question. Once more, I see another hand or Rukayat. So if you can put your camera on, we appreciate that. And then we'll take your question. Thanks. Rukayat, can you confirm you're on the call? Can you hear me? Oh, okay.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, good evening. We can hear you.
Thank you, Pastor Nee. Thank you, Mr. Okeogene. Thank you, Electrifying Team. My question is this: can having different businesses affect your branding? You have a business that is luxurious, that when you are selling, you have to be touche and all that, so that you relate well with your customers. I have another business that is not really on the luxurious side. So can playing these two parts affect your branding as a person? Thank you very much. Pastor Nee, thank you for today. If you don't know the right person, at times you'll be stranded. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, sir.
Okay. So your question is, can having multiple brands affect a current brand you are working on or you're trying to build? Am I correct?
Yeah, having multiple businesses that portray different kind of brand, can it affect your?
Okay, to my learned opinion, no, I don't think so. If you're just starting from scratch, that may be an issue for you when you're trying to still position yourself as an authority in one area. But the moment you have picked up momentum and you've been able to build a structure around these brands, there's something we call the halo effect, H-A-L-O effect, where we transfer love and trust to someone, all because of what they've done in the past. It's like what we have now with Pastor Nee, right? So PNA has done us so well, he's done so good. If he decides now to begin his real estate company, which I doubt he will want to do that, we would trust him. I know that we would trust him enough with our money because we know that he has done so well in something that here and there, right? So I think at the beginning, it may be a bit detrimental, you trying to project new different brands here and there, and being the face of all of them. But if you are not the face of all of them, it is absolutely fine. So it's different from you saying that the name is Niyade Sonya, and so you are a leadership coach, you do parenting coaching, you also do sexual matters, and then you do mental health. You have confused yourself and everybody else. That is not going to work, okay, at the beginning. Now, once you have done so well in leadership coach, if you now say, now I want to move into mental health, we'll trust you because you've done well with leadership and things like that. So therefore, we can trust that you have a good head on your shoulder to help us also in the area of our mental health. It's like when Serena Williams, opened up her fashion business, she sold out because we trust Serena. I mean, we love her so much. Anything she's doing, we are saying yes to it. It's because she has built expertise over or built a KLT, that is a know, like, and trust factor with us. And so we transfer that same love to our new venture based on how much we've loved that in the past. So from my opinion, I don't think having multiple businesses, so you have a pure water business, you have a real estate business, you sell shoe and bag, then you have you sell books. I don't think they should contradict themselves. So far, they are not all personal brands that you are trying to portray. However, if you have those ones and you now want to build a personal brand, you should only be known as the founder of this, CEO of that, creator of this, but this is who you are. they are trying to now share from your story. So it's possible that you have different businesses here and there, but because of your parenting story, I have a client like that. She's a professional, top tier professional in an aviation place, but she has raised a child with Down syndrome, right? And it's been hectic for over 20 years. So for the first time now, she's sharing her story, and she now wants to help practically, others. I have a friend, a client too, who has been bereaved. So she says now she's helping other young widows to also manage bereavement. Can you see that? Even though she has multiple successful businesses, but now it is as a personal brand, not as a business brand. I hope that helps you based on my understanding.
Yeah, it does. Thank you very much.
Let me add some things to that. Temi already told us that when you're starting, don't dabble into too many things because we won't know you. And at the same time, you have the 3 tiers of the market: tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. So sometimes when you're operating in tier 1, let's assume that our tier 1 is a luxury brand. It may be difficult for you as an individual to now start operating in the tier 3. Because people will now say, why am I giving you this huge amount when some people can get you for that amount? Now you can see that Temi also has kind of told you that you can't see until you bring a particular amount. But by the time Temi now find herself available to everybody, it will rub off on that tier 1 market. If you guys notice, when we want to start this community program, we had a price on the flyer, 100K, 100,000 naira. So the flyer was out. But we took the 100,000 naira off the flyer immediately. You know why? No. Because 2 of the guys who paid me thousands of dollars called me.
I know.
Baba, what's this? What's this? What's this? You don't know how we see you in the market. We see you as the God. We see you as this. We see you as that. We see you as that. We see you as this. What's this? You're too much for that. Don't do that again. Rather, make it free. Once it is free, call us. We will sponsor it. Say, call us and we'll sponsor it. Now, I should give myself brain at that point in time. That I have to go with that. So I quickly pull down the advert, remove the money, so that you have to call to find out about the money and everything. And you can see even the next phase of whatever the community is more about partnership now. Whatever you give is towards partnership to the foundation and all the things that we're going to be doing, all the programs that we're going to be going all over the world to do. That's what that is all about. So in a way, the guys who had me at the top want that exclusivity. You belong to us. We paid you, and we can't allow you. You can't just do that. You want to diminish our braggadocio.
Our reps want to follow our hand.
We're telling people, you know what? We sit down with you. We do this with you. We do that. Now you want to make it. They didn't allow it. They didn't allow it. So you have to just choose. It's easier for you to move from the mass market, not really easy, to the luxury market, because I see a lot of people who sell land. Some of my clients who sell land in Mowe and everything, who wants to come to what's it called, Ada and everything, Lekki area and everything. It's a different ballgame entirely. You have to work on so many things. Sometimes we have to work on those guys. Some of them left the buildings that, the apartments that they own. They built it. They left it and went to a highbrow area to go and rent a house.
Of course.
To go and rent an apartment.
Of course.
Some of them have to leave their bigger places and went to a bigger place to go and rent. They have to change their cars.
Branding.
They have to change, every one of them changed their cars, everyone. It was more like a rule amongst all of us. You have to change your car. You can't afford to be here. You can't afford to be there. So you can see the luxury market makes a demand. And then when you're there, you're there. It's sweeter there once you get the luxury market well. It's sweeter. Because while somebody is looking for 1,000 people, just one person.
I'm telling you.
Solve the problem of the 1,000 people. And I always tell people this, guys who are the luxury market, they don't have problems though. The ones who are down there, they will trouble you. Look, luckily for us now, we're going to Dubai next month, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. We were supposed to have gone to Dubai in March last year. There are people, not one, not two, not three, not four, that have paid thousands of dollars since last year. Some even paid 2020. They didn't argue that where's my money, return my money, and this and that. I mean, their money has been with us for like one solid year, over 1 year, and they've not asked. They're just waiting. Okay, when is it? Okay, the data says, don't worry, just tell us ahead of time and everything. That is what happens at the top there.
Yeah.
But if it's those people that gave you 100,000 naira or 50,000 naira, you will have had the mother. So if you want to sell the luxury market, what you can now do is to start probably another company and put another face there to be the face of the mass market. And you just go up there to encourage them so that, you know what, just like Timmy said, the halo effect. Because you're there with them at the mass market, you just show your face. Hey, hi guys. Okay, you encourage them. You tell them this and that. I love this brand. I'm part of this brand and everything. But if you cannot sit there. You go back to your luxury market. Because if you sit there, the guy there will be cheated and they will not just come again. So I think with that, we can balance the whole thing.
Yes, yes, so beautiful. Thank you for sharing, PNA. You know, what you said now is so true. My clients will do me 7 figures monthly. They don't even have time to be, during the week, they go quiet. It is like on the coaching call day, and they come like, okay, coach me, I'm sorry, my assistant should have done this. Then we have that 1 hour there, I have to go now, and they've gone. So I'll be feeling guilty that come with me just 4 hours in a month, and you've paid me 1 point something. Hey, are you normal? But those who pay you $50 per month, and I'm not even joking, like $47 for a month membership program, then your DM. They are sending you the proposals to help you to help them review, sending you their contents to help you edit. I'm like, what is all this? I had to shut it down. Like, no, I can't do this. I'm telling you, I had a membership. I think one I was charging $27 or so per month. Say your brand club. It was ridiculous, but the demands, coaching calls, and reviews, I said, no, this is not my destiny. I had to just come out. So yes, I think we've taken all the questions. They said the ones in the comments. But over to you, sir. Okay.
Excellent. You did well. Thank you, Temi, again for taking the questions. Thank you, Pastor Nee, for chipping in those words. I think they've gone a long way to provide the background that we require for this. Sorry,
before you go on, because people may be rushing away from here. Let me just announce to everybody that Dubai is back on track, and then we secured the date with our hotel, and then we should be in Dubai 6th and 7th for the business. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we can hear you. We can see you now.
Okay, good. Okay.
Yes,
next month, 6th and 7th of February, we're off to Dubai for the business think tank. For those of us who are on this call and they want to be part of it, quickly call, because actually, I think right now we have over 30 people. We just hope that their schedule will fit into what we have. 30 people for the business, and we have over 15 people for the pastors think tank in Dubai. So we still have some rooms left, so you can still plug in and make sure you're there if you want to be there. Good. And also, next month, every Saturday, I think we've missed the Zoom meeting. We're going to go back into the Zoom meeting. Every Saturday, we're going to be having the Zoom meeting, and then we're going to bring in guests, just like Timmy was electrifying today. And then we'll also get some other people who also come in. I'm trying to look for young people, young, successful people who are able to come and, sometimes when an older person is telling you this and that, you glean from their experience, but you begin to feel that they had it going for them, they don't understand what you're going through right now. But we'll try and get some young people to come, and then we'll be dealing with financial intelligence in different angles for the whole of February. And then for March also, we also try and do that. But it's going to be an ongoing thing, at least for the next 3 months. We don't do we just do every quarter, we go and rest and we'll come back again. And also, we also moved, am I sure of this? Okay, we also moved the date of the physical meeting for the, Game Changers Conference. We also moved it by 1 week. So Lagos is not going to happen again on the 19th. Lagos is going to happen on the 26th. Lagos is going to happen on the 26th. So take note of that. And then Port Harcourt happens the week after. That's the first week in March. And then Abuja will be on the 12th of March. And then we'll start looking at Accra, Ghana. And then we'll now go back to UK in April by the grace of God. So watch out for all those things. And we just want to do a build up with the online Zoom meeting so that by the time we're gathering in all these different places, we have considerable numbers to be there. And it's, you should know me by now. If I'm doing a physical meeting, it's not just going to be an ordinary meeting. It's going to be a meeting that's going to blow your mind and impact you. And then one thing you know that you begin to think differently and you begin to act differently. There's will be an element of boldness that leaves you after that meeting. You just feel that you can conquer the world, which you can anyway. So that's that. So watch out for that. If you're not connected to me, I think my people will drop the Telegram handle link so that you can be part of the Telegram. And then also make sure you are following me on social media so that you can catch up with all those dates as they come up. So good. Do we still have any other question for Timmy?
I think one person just left a question now, but I think this person needs to catch the replay of this class, because I think that's exactly all we've talked about. So your newfound love, for your new acknowledged love, like you said it, for coaching, then I'm your coach. If anybody is here with passion for coaching, for consulting, and for being a thought leader, don't go anywhere else. If you do, you regret it. And it's not pride, it's even humility in its decent form. Don't go anywhere. You just can't waste your money. Just come and meet me. I am your coach. Start with my boot camp, my 3 days boot camp, the highly paid boot camp. Then come into my BYB program, my 3 months coaching program. But in the meantime, be in my DM. Go to the link there. Go and get this book, How to Make Millions Doing What You Love. I'm going to give it for free. Pay for the shipping, $35. When you do that, you get this one also for free. I have another book on mentoring. Okay, mentoring. You see the option as well to get that one using that link. Add it to your order, and then you get my 3 books, mentoring, and this one, How to Make Millions in Your Nightgown. So that means you can get like the 4 books, for less than 10,000 naira, shipped to you, okay, Nigerian wide. If you're abroad, send me a DM. I'll send you the link to buy on Amazon or to buy the e-copy of those books. So thank you for that. I think I've covered the last question. Thank you so much, Pastor Nee, for having me.
Tammy, it's so good to have you. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for sharing your time with us. And Ogene, thank you for anchoring this perfectly well. Thank you so much. And then I must also publicly acknowledge Tokotaya for being so passionate about this community, and they keep dropping ideas every now and then. So acknowledge them. I'm not sure whether they are still on this. Okay, I can see them. They're still here. So thank you so much for all that you do. Please, there's so much that we have to offer. There's so much we have to do together. You just have to come along. We are, our train is a fast train. We are running so fast. We can't wait for anyone. We can't wait for anyone. So anybody who wants to get on the train needs to be running as fast as we are, and so that you can hop and jump in and hop in on the train. So it's very, very important for you to know that. And we have a brand, we have a community that thrives on results. We thrive on results, and we have helped a lot of people to achieve their results. And then if you know the brand is not a selfish brand. In as much as we make money, we also look at the people who may not be able to afford the kind of money that we charge to other people on the other side. But at the same time, we still make ourselves available, because we know that the guy who can pay today will always be able to pay tomorrow. So please do everything that you can to especially be part of all our Zoom meetings here, and not just the Zoom meetings, even our physical meetings. Make sure that you are very much part of everything that we do. Find out, I think they're asking for the Telegram link. I don't know, you guys, please, whoever is there, please drop the Telegram link for them to be able to be part of everything we do. We want to ensure you are on top of your game, at the top of your game. We want to ensure that you're a game changer. We want to ensure that wherever you find yourself, you are becoming an industry leader, That is our goal. Whatever you find yourself, even you're a career person, we want you to be someone that they cannot, nobody's indispensable, but it will be difficult for them to change you or to do away with you. They will think not twice, not even thrice. They will think quadruple times, even multiple times before they can even say, okay, we want to do away with you, because of your result and the way you go about things. That's why we're here. And that's why we're forming all this community and coming together. Please know this very well, that the train is moving fast. We'll wait for no one. The time of trying to carry a child that is not stretching their hands are over. The ones that want to go will go. The ones that want to drop will drop, because we feel that there are so many people at the other bus stop waiting for us. So we can't be stalling our train right here, because we want people to be part of it when people are waiting at the next bus stop. So please do everything you can to get on board. And those of you who can do Dubai, there's no better place to be. There's no better place to be. Now, this is how Dubai works. We're going to be in the hotel, those in business, for 3 nighs. You know what that means? We're not going anywhere. We're in the same hotel talking, gisting, and everything, brainstorming and all that. The last time we were there, I was at a call and somebody was saying something about dollars. He bidded for a job before the pandemic, and dollars right now has messed up the job. I was just wondering, if he had been in Dubai with us at the year 2020, we'll have known that the dollar was going to, Naira was going to be devalued. So we'll have known what to do, because at that point in Dubai, we told everybody, go change your Naira to dollars. Everybody, immediately, and people started calling Nigeria. Now work on this, do this and that. That's the kind of meeting you want to be. You want to be in a kind of meeting that you're going through a lot of struggles in your own business as a CEO, as a founder, but you have a like mind. You have like minds. You have people who are there who have been through it. One of the meetings that we had, the last meeting that we had, someone came on board to speak. He came to share his idea. And he was telling us how he was able to bounce back from a 47 billion Naira debt. 47 billion Naira debt. And the guy was now telling us that his company is sitting on an asset of 750 billion Naira. At that time, that was like $1.5 billion. I mean, how do you move in 5-6 years? How do you move from 47 billion Naira debt to now your company asset sitting on 750 billion Naira? Those kind of a thing you can't even get it somewhere else. Now, one of the participants also shared something with us at that meeting. Interestingly, very powerful. He said that he had never sacked anybody in his life. I don't know whether you guys can hear me.
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Okay, good. He said in his life, now this man is a 61-year-old man, and he has been doing business for 21 years or 25 years? He said he has been doing business for 21 years or 25 years, and his turnover is either 21 or 25 billion naira annually. So is either you take the year for 21 or 25 or the billion for 21 or 25. Now, this somebody who's been doing business for 21 years or 25 years with a turnover of 21, 25 billion, now telling us that he has not sacked anybody before in his life. We were all dumbfounded. How do you do it? Do you mean they don't steal? And he taught us something that day when he shared his experience. We have to look for a name for it because we don't know where the name is. There is nowhere it is taught in any school. Nobody saw it. We have to call it extending the shame principle. Extending the shame principle. You know what he said? He said if anybody stole in his office, he will tell them to call their family members and to come for a meeting, and they will sit down. And he will tell them what their son did or their daughter did. So at that point in time, he will not ask them the kind of punishment he's supposed to meant on the guy and everything. So they will talk and everything, blah, 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 blah. You know what he said? Going forward, if that person buys a car, the mother will be asking him or any other person, where did he get this money from? I mean, he said they were able to stop theft and the people became so loyal. I've never seen that before, when you have to extend the shame principle. So those are some of the things you get in such gatherings. So don't say, okay, it's expensive. It actually has to be expensive because it's residential, number one. Number two, you want the people that you can actually relate with. You want the people that can actually show you things that they are going through. And those people like to sit around the people that they will feel comfortable with. So when they're throwing turnovers in billions and in billions and in billions and in billions, you won't feel intimidated. Even if you have not been throwing your own billions as a turnover, you would be motivated and encouraged. So that's the Dubai. I would strongly recommend it for as many people as possible. And I can assure you, we may not have more than 1 or 2 rooms for the business right now. We have more rooms for the pastors. Anybody want to share? You have the money and you want to improve your pastor's proficiency in ministry, that's where to be. Godman Akinlabi will be there, and Chris Ugo will be there, Andrew Bauer will be there, Sam Okodwa will be there, Ayo Daniels, and myself. Somebody is asking, are we going to record the Dubai meetings? We don't record it. We don't record it. I don't know whether you guys can hear me. I keep feeling that, okay, good. We don't record it.
Yes, we hear you, yes.
We don't record it. I sign, once you come into that room, we sign a non-disclosure agreement between the two of us. Whatever you hear in, whatever you do in Vegas stays in Vegas. Nothing is going out there. I'm not going to reveal anything. Before we start sharing such things out, we wait till 6 months and we don't share everything. Because there's some discussions that you can't even throw out. There's some things that they are saying that you can't even throw out. You can't even talk about it. It's not possible. They are too deep. They are too personal. Sometimes they are trade secrets and you don't want to divulge that out there. So you miss too bad, you're not going to get a replay. It's only people who come there that get a replay. But don't worry, just try as much as to get in there. And then also, for those of us who are pastors who are on this call, or you have somebody who's a pastor that you really, really want to encourage, you also get the person to the pastor's think tank. That's on the 8th and the 9th of February. It's still, we quickly want to go before they start saying that the doors have been locked again. So let's quickly run there and come back. It's been very, 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 very a bit somehow for me, having to have a program postponed since March till February right now. It's not so good. So anyway, thank you so much, all of you, for being part of it. Now you may say, okay, the thousands of dollars is too much. No. That's why we're starting. We're having a Zoom meeting every Saturday in February, and then up to the point where we will now get into the physical meeting, 26th of February in Lagos. The next Saturday, and that will be 5th of March, Saturday in Abuja, and then we have the 12th of March in the 5th of March in Port Harcourt and the 12th of March in Abuja. And then 19th, we'll go to Accra, and then we calm down a little bit. And then from April, we'll go to Manchester, London, Manchester, week interval, and then we'll come back, and then we'll do, for now, Kigali and Nairobi. But I'm having a second thought about the Kigali and Nairobi, because I looked at the money, the diaspora income that is coming into Nigeria. Those two guys don't even come top 10 or top 5 in diaspora intake into Nigeria. Cameroon is highest, Ghana, and then South Africa. So I may switch over to Ghana, Cameroon, and South Africa. And then South Africa will come in, and probably Nairobi, but Kigali on one leg. I don't know, but God help us. Anyway, thank you so much, all of you, for being part of this, and all of you who are joining us for the first time. We really, 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 really appreciate all of you. And then also, why not? I was going to say tell people about Dubai, but I'm wondering if I still have room for people. Or else I begin to pray that people who have already paid will say they don't have the time to come, so that I can put in people there. But why not spread the word if you can spread the word. Thank you for your time. Thank you, Okeogene. Thank you, Temi Ajibewa, Electrifying Temi. Always a pleasure to have you on my platform. Always a platform. So everyone, thank you so much. I think my people are ready to play music. I can hear music coming now. Okay, it's time for us to dance.
My blessing come now. Favor for down on me. Goodness
Okay, guys.
Follow me every day. Everything when I touch for this life, anything when I want. She not my joy, she not push you. Now me get if they're the dirty, don't mind them. If bottom